Welcome back, folks. Real Talk Sports Boys is back
Real talk.
with the Memorial Weekend
Real talk.
special
Real talk.
on a Saturday night.
It is.
Welcome back, folks.
Memorial Weekend.
I'm Pat. That's Tay.
No, now you know.
Giving a shout out to all the people who subscribe, who done follow, who done listen. This is for y'all. This is a special Memorial Weekend edition, 2015.
We got that extra day, man. So we say, look, we're going to
let's put a show together.
Let's just go ahead and put a show together.
Put a show together real quick for the people.
The people been asking, man, for the show. We've been MIA, man. But
we have been MIA.
We cooking it up. I'm telling you, man.
Like Shaq.
We working.
Curry.
With the Shaq, you hit me. We working. We working, you know what I'm saying?
We back, folks.
Look, I'm telling y'all, there's some stuff that's coming, man.
Subscribe,
follow, man,
and listen.
Listen, man.
Hit us up on the Twitter. That's RT Sports. Hit us up on the email. That's rtsports@yahoo.
Yeah,
I mean,
we in that podcast
and that podcast source
Apple Store,
on the App Store, on the
Real
Sports and Recreation.
You know what I'm saying?
Over 1,000 hits.
We got 1,000 hits last month, man.
It's moving.
It's booming. So
it's moving.
We appreciate all the love, man. We got about 25, 30 new followers in the last month. People starting to pay attention. You know
appreciate the love, folks.
We appreciate it, man. We're gonna keep giving y'all, man.
We're gonna keep coming real,
this fire.
Unedited.
Hot fire.
So let's get into it.
Started, man.
First of all, we want to give a rest in peace to the notorious B.I.G.
Happy birthday, Big.
That's a happy birthday. We got to give that man a rest in peace, but it was his birthday on May 21st. Also want to give a rest in peace to Chink Drugs. He was killed a week ago.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. to man, Chinks, man. We all know Chinks, man. Chinks is one of the members of French Montana's
Coke
Boys group. I mean, I know that's not necessarily the
Stack Bundles got killed too.
Name to be under, but
they young black men trying to get money.
They are Coke Boys, I guess. So I mean, that's the name of their group. So
Rest in peace to B.B. King.
Gotta, man, give some love to the OG, man, Mr. B.B. King, who left us a little earlier in the week, man. Rest in peace to BB. Shout out to his folks, man.
Great musician.
I mean, that might just summon the blues. I mean, if you want to sum up the blues, it might be BB King.
BB King.
It's not really.
You think about the blues, you think about BB King.
Man,
just like when we think about trap music, we think about Jeezy.
This new Jeezy,
folks. That gangster music.
That gangster music from the Gangsta Grill man himself, Mr. DJ Drama. You know what it is.
It's tough. Man. Download it.
The Snowman is back, man. That thing is hot fire.
Download that.
Hot fire. Man, what about the B-Sides concert, man?
Jay-Z.
The Jigga, man, comes with the concert with the music that didn't necessarily make the radio. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, man, that was probably one of the best Jay-Z shows that I've seen. I've seen it. I mean, he played all the songs that I like to hear anyway. The ones that I listen to, most of the songs that I listen to of his. I don't really listen to the commercial stuff a lot, but most of the songs I do favor, you know what I'm saying? He hit, man. It was awesome.
Beans came out.
Beans, man. They embraced
even though what we do is wrong.
2 or 3 times. And Free came out, man. And
gotta kill witnesses because bitch.
Man,
Free's been sticking out.
Man,
we need a reunion.
The whole Rock, man. The whole Rock was in the building.
Dame there.
Well, I mean, you know how Dame feel about the situation. Yeah. You need to ask that man. I'll be asking me.
One great thing that Jay did, he did the freestyle talking about Tidal. Now, a lot of people are supporting Tidal. Where
people joined just to watch the show.
Just to watch the show and see that Beyonce
but even though,
and Nicki Minaj video.
Even though an hour later, it was free on YouTube.
I mean, so
I watch it on YouTube.
I like free music. It's like we're giving you guys a free video blog every week.
For now.
So I mean, again, like I say, I need to get for me and subscribe, follow, and listen.
Man, you better.
Jay-Z made a good point about Freddie Gray. Now, we all know who Freddie Gray is. And we're about 20 miles, less than 20 miles away from where the Baltimore riots happened.
Not even.
I mean, folks, if you don't know what happened, Freddie Gray was killed. He was basically murdered 6 police officers. We want to give a shout out to Marilyn Mosby, who actually took the 6 police officers and charged them with actually charges deriving from second-degree deprived heart murder to voluntary manslaughter. Now there was a state of emergency.
Man, there was a lot going on, man, during the riots, man. State of emergency.
Because they had
curfews in the
curfew from May.
Man, it was going down.
Curfew from April 28th to May the 3rd.
Man, I tell you what,
1,000 policemen.
It was a lot of people in B-more
2,500 National Guardsmen
on May the 2nd. Because that was Floyd and Manny night.
Yeah. People was out, though.
People trying to figure out whether we take the rest and go somewhere and watch the fight, or do we stay in the house because it's a curfew?
Yeah.
Most people went out.
Went out.
But I'm just saying, I mean, that is a choice that you have to make.
And it actually started on April 25th as peaceful protests. I found out that the protesters were getting antagonized by the Orioles fans. And they were like saying racial slurs to them. That's why you see some of the altercation. And then on Freddie Gray's funeral, April 27th, the high school students protested.
They protested,
but they shut down the metro, so they had no way of getting home.
Shut down the transit system, man. It's been
they burnt down the CVS.
It's been hectic in B-more, man. Bro, I mean, they burnt down all kinds of places, man. Shaq had it going.
And I didn't appreciate as a fellow black man for Obama or for Stephanie Riley Blake to call these people thugs.
I mean,
I couldn't come up with a better word.
I get it, man, but you know, thug.
That word thug, man.
That thug, you know.
That thug word.
That thug, you know. If you don't know about that thug, you need to go back to some real talking sports and get your knowledge up, because you know we talked about that thug word. So
that thug word.
You know, go back a few episodes. You know what I'm saying? If you're not hip, you know, if you're new to this and not true to this, you know, go back a few weeks and, you know, get up to date, you know what I'm saying? Because we went over all that, you know what I'm saying? So we're not about to get into it again, but just know that thug word and appeared again, you know what I'm saying? Magically.
As it always does.
As it always does when it comes to trying to classify the black man.
It's always we thugs. It's always, the word thug, you take what it means. Go back and look at our on our YouTube. You can go to Real Talking Sports and you'll see our thug episode, how we thoroughly discussed that. We gotta also give a pine of the week to the 2 correctional officers who lost their job for looting at a 7-Eleven.
Really?
At a 7-Eleven, folks?
What y'all doing, man?
Come on now.
Stealing chili and cheese and hot dogs, man.
and Slurpees.
Slurpees and apple fritters, man. Come on, really?
Well, you gotta do better than that.
I mean, the Gatorades are 2 for $3. I mean, why are you stealing? Like, really? Come on, man. Come on.
And it's funny that they call. It's funny that they call those people thugs. Let's go to May 17th in Waco, Texas, where we have members of rival bike gangs, like real life.
Hey,
Son of Anarchy.
You watch Gang Life?
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
real.
This biking gang stuff is real. I mean, it kind of been on the humble for the last couple little years.
But they got lit.
But
literally.
Waco got lit.
9
straight up.
9 bikers were killed.
They got real in Waco.
In a gunfight with police. You're never gonna win a gunfight with police. You'll never win a gunfight with police.
Goes down in Waco.
It definitely goes down in Waco. Cops found over 300 weapons. They arrested 170 members of both bike gangs. It apparently started
$1 million bonds, right?
$1 million bonds.
$1 million bonds.
So they're going to sit.
That's tough. If you got your folks in the biker gang and they got $1 million bond, I don't know.
So I'm going to compare this. 486 arrests were happening in the Baltimore riots. 170 arrests happened in these riots. However, 9 people were killed by gunfights. Yet, I've been watching the news all week, and I haven't heard the word thug once.
I mean, they're not gonna call the bikers thugs.
Maybe this guy's a thug. Maybe the Boston Marathon. No, he's not a thug.
Is he a thug?
Nah, he's not a thug, but he's gonna get the death penalty, folks. Lethal injection.
Yeah.
Now,
his name is kind of tough to pronounce.
So we're not going to pronounce his name.
We're not going to really get
into it. We don't even give shout-outs to criminals.
Just Google Boston Bomber, and his name will come up, and you can try to figure it out yourself. But I'll tell you one thing that you will also see is that he got death by lethal injection. You will see that. That will definitely come up. There's been a lot of stories, man. ESPN they was running some stories during the month too, of different people that had went back to run after they had been part of the bombing. It was actually a young lady who lost her leg.
But she still ran.
And she ran in last year's marathon, and she thought she had lost her son, but her son actually survived. But she ended up losing her leg, saving him.
Wow.
He had minor injuries, but she ended up running last year in the Boston Marathon. I want to say ESPN did a special on that, probably about a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, it affected a lot of people.
It did, man. It was great. Come on, man. The Boston Marathon's been in place for probably about 30, 40 years. And then all of a sudden, one year, just, you just decided to bomb the joint. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't a smart move. He said he was under the influence of his brother.
He got pictures online holding guns with his turban on. It's real life.
It's real. Speaking of real life,
super future.
It's them dudes again. Them dudes.
Super future.
ISIS has seized a key city in Syria called Palmyra. Basically, the important reason of the city is called the Venice of the Sands. Basically, ISIS is ripping their grip, is extending their grip on the Middle East. I mean, so
they don't call in the reinforcements, man. They got the president now, man. The president trying to come up with a plan for these ISIS.
I mean,
dudes,
it's getting real.
These ISIS dudes, no joke, man. So I'm hoping whoever the next president is, whoever it's
you got to get a task force of
Hillary
ISIS
or Ben Carson or who. I mean, all these jokers, man. Because there's a couple jokers. I called y'all jokers for a reason. Because a couple of y'all some jokers. And y'all trying to represent our country. And I don't really know if I want a lot of y'all representing our country. I only really if I know I want Ben Carson representing our country. After the foolishness he done said on TV.
What he done say?
Months. Man, Ben Carson, he got some stuff with him, man. I don't know about Ben Carson. I was feeling him at first. I thought maybe it was a good idea. But that's why I said maybe. Because, once they open their mouth and then they tell you what they really about. And not feeling Ben Carson. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know if Ben Carson is a good move.
Well, whoever they get in.
Super future.
Wherever they get in, we need somebody who's going to be able to put ISIS at the top of their priority list. These ISIS dudes not playing.
Man.
They recruiting in LA, in New York.
They recruiting all over, and they don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get mobbed up. They already deep. They just mobbing. They just they squatting all over the globe. Like ISIS is squatting all over the globe right now.
Yeah, you ain't lying about
all
that.
Over the globe, man. And like you said, they found them in New York and California and down south, up north, man.
So and then we also speaking of injustice,
man.
So let's speak of Michael Brelo. Probably pronounced his name wrong, but he's a Cleveland officer who was not let go, but was found not guilty of voluntary manslaughter. Right. They shot 137 shots into a car with two unarmed black individuals in Cleveland, Ohio. Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams.
Just found all rounds.
November 20 of 2012. 13 officers shot 137. Again, 137 shots. Now, Mr. Brelo was the hero, per se. He jumped on a hood to basically shoot the people in the front of the car in the glass. I mean, and he gets let go of involuntary manslaughter.
Look, I don't know what's going on right now with the court system and the police, but man, when I tell you, man, they must be popping major bottles in the background, man, because these dudes is in cahoots.
They're just getting away with anything.
Like the police is just being able to do whatever
they want.
Please right now, man. Like
whatever they want.
Like all police officers are getting acquitted.
Just like in Cleveland, Ohio, that's where Tamar Rice, a 12-year-old, got killed.
Man. Tamar got killed, man. Man, it's tough out here, man. I'm telling you, y'all better keep your head on the swivel, man, and watch them police, man, and keep your head on the swivel.
And if it's not the
police is winning right now.
If it's not the police, it's greed. There's been another oil spill. This time on the coast of Santa Barbara.
Black Pelicans.
100,000 gallons of crude oil by plain All-American. Now they'll never know the ramifications of this disaster until the next 3 to 5 years. When we start seeing deformities and wildlife.
So much for the seafood.
So we'll see about that. A lot of stuff going on. Also,
about the old Pelicans.
Also, like I said, a lot going on in our area as well.
Man.
A lot's going on in the DMV.
Man, it's been a busy week in the DMV, man. I guess
we start off with the DC Mansion murder.
DC Mansion situation.
Mr. Darren Witt
that hit the news, man.
Arrested, 34-year-old man charged for murdering
a
wife.
Got caught by the pizza though.
A husband.
The Domino's pizza. He got caught up.
And a housekeeper in a $4.5 million mansion. He was a former worker of the gentleman who he killed.
This guy.
And he get caught by leaving pizza.
Pizza, people.
DNA
Domino's pizza.
On the pizza. So he's the world's dumbest criminal. He stole the Porsche. And burnt it.
Stole some money too, right? Like 40 grand, right?
No, he knew the pickup. They had a pickup where he would always get dropped off $40,000. So he did all this over $40,000 apparently. So, I mean,
shout out to the homie Wiz, man, and Ty Dolla $ign, man, for that. That's right. That's the joint right there.
So yeah, and then also we have in Wardorf. He was telling me about this story.
Man, Charles County has had a busy few days, man. So I'm about to get y'all to run down these two quick stories about what's going on in Charles County. The first story starts at the Charles County Mall, where a grandmother, wow, it's crazy. A grandmother shoots her son's mother. Shaq, the ex. It's crazy. I'm trying to get the story right because when I tell y'all what happened,
she basically busted off.
Crazy. Grandma went
in the
smooth.
McDonald's, right?
Grandma went smooth at the McDonald's. So it was her son's ex-wife. So this is her
son's ex-wife.
Her daughter-in-law, her ex-daughter-in-law.
Okay.
Right.
And her new
ex-daughter-in-law and the new boyfriend was at the McDonald's.
You sure this was a Medea?
Right. They at the McDonald's.
You sound like some Medea.
And grandma pulls up and starts walking off at the McDonald's in the car. The boyfriend dies the next day. The ex-daughter-in-law, she's in critical condition.
And grandma's behind bars.
And grandma is behind bars. Crazy. That's
crazy. Then also we have a 24-year-old woman.
This chicken La Plata, man. What?
They found her pushing her dead baby.
Pushing her son. Her son
dead
was
baby.
4 years old. My man was
crazy
in the swing, and she was pushing the swing, people. She's pushing the swing. They said she was gazed off into the sky. Who knows what was going on with that situation? But she was pushing her dead child in the swing. That's what's going on in the DMV right now. That's a lot for Charles County. That's a lot that's going on.
That's a lot going on in this world. Period. That's what I say.
It's always, I tell you one thing. It's always news. They're gonna give us something always to talk about. You can believe that. What about man talk about Harriet Tubman?
Yeah, big shout out to Harriet Tubman who won
We about to
get voting for the $20 bill.
One of the founding fathers of black or mothers.
Underground Railroad.
I mean, look, she is a founding father. I mean, even though she's a lady.
Yeah.
So we gonna call her OG Granny. OG Granny, Harriet Tubman, about to touch the $20 bill. I mean,
yes.
We gotta be happy about that. They putting us on some money now.
So that's on some money that we can spend.
We not just into the moon no more, people. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy is no longer the only man with his own money. And when I say that he got his own money, he got his own money.
So definitely shout out to Barack on Twitter. We got Barack on Twitter, the POTUS. Even though he came with some racial slurs that people gave him, but those are trolls.
People
shout out to Barack.
People gonna be racist, man. It's the president. And the funny part is though, Bill Clinton actually it was funny. Bill Clinton asked, will the POTUS Twitter handle stay with the White House? Because somebody real close to him wanted to know. I'm pretty sure he was talking about Hillary. So that's actually a good question. I
don't know.
Does Barack take that name with him?
I don't know, but Hillary don't need to worry about it because she won't be winning. Hillary won't be winning.
You don't think she have a shot?
Nah, I don't think Hillary has a shot.
Really?
Nah, I like Ted Cruz. I think the Republican, unfortunately, is going to win. Republicans going to win. And you got Jeb Bush running too.
They got about 7 candidates.
Jeb Bush. You hear that name, Bush? Oil,
get word.
Money,
get word.
Get ready.
Get word.
Get ready. Also, we have a lot of different things going on in the world. Ireland.
Yeah, man. Ireland
became a country.
The first country. Like, as a whole.
But isn't... Oh, yeah, that's true.
They're the very first entire country to legalize same-sex marriage.
Same-sex marriage.
So, that's big. That's just big in world news.
Also,
it's Pride Weekend in DC.
The Girl Scouts allowing transgenders
are now. The president came out and said that they allow for transgender girls in the Girl Scouts. So, that's a lot going on.
And how could we forget the Amtrak disaster?
We can't forget about Amtrak. Man, what was going on with the speed of the
100 miles per hour?
Like, can somebody explain? Like, they still haven't explained.
And it's funny. I always pick up my brother from that same route. That affects us all around us.
That's crazy.
That New York to DC route.
Yeah, man.
People lives lost, so we definitely want to keep them prayed up.
But at least they. It's crazy that a lot of times that it takes a tragic incident
to get
for them to fix something, you know what I'm saying? Because they did finally implement the bars. This is like one of the only main routes that didn't have the safety bars in place to slow the trains down when they're going too fast. Like when the trains can't stop, the safety bars are supposed to speak to the train, and the train is supposed to slow. And this is one of the only main routes in America for Amtrak that didn't have.
But Amtrak has had several derailments. There's been no tragedy.
There's been a lot going on with Amtrak.
But it's a lot going on.
Anymore.
Then we have Blue Bell, the ice cream. They're going out of business. They found all type of bacteria.
Blue Bell, I don't eat Blue Bell ice cream.
Yeah, me neither, but I know it's affecting a lot of our viewers in the southern states.
Yeah, that's
Shout out to H-Town. We want to give a shout out to H-Town.
Already.
Shout out to A-Town.
Always shout out to the H-Man.
Always got a shout
out to the A, you know what
The
I'm
LA,
saying?
we was out there. Shout out.
down.
I went to LA.
Hey, man.
Roscoe Chicken and Waffles.
Shout out to, LA, man. Compton, Long Beach, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of LA, this is where Mr.
San Diego.
That's where Dave Letterman started, right?
Vallejo, you know what I'm saying? Oakland, can't forget about the Oak, you know what I'm saying?
I met some cool people in Vegas.
Can't forget about the Oak.
From Oakland, yeah.
Can't forget about the Oak. The Oak
Good
is definitely
folks out
building,
there.
you know what I'm saying? I got fam out Oak. They can't forget
Shout
about
out
the
to
Oak.
New York, everybody out watching,
down.
Chicago.
New York, man, Midwest, man, down south.
Appreciate the love.
Man, look, we trying to get all over, you know what I'm saying? You can't forget about the Florida
Toronto.
Boys, 305. We can't forget about T-Dot, you know what I'm saying? Look,
Caravana
we trying to be international, man. Shout out to my
Europe,
man,
Australia.
You know what I'm saying? Guten Tag, you know what I'm saying? We here, you know what I'm saying? So you know what it is, man. Australia,
speaking of
India, you know,
we have a curtain call for one of the greats, David Letterman.
He's
man. Retiring.
He shut it down, man. David
After
Letterman shut it down, man.
Over 29 years.
Final episode was actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
Peyton always comes out and shows his respects, man. What about the salmonella though? They found the salmonella in the tuna and the sushi, man. What is going on?
I'm about to start going out there and
for y'all sushi people, because that's sushi became this fad in the last year or two.
Everybody wants to eat
sushi. Like all these people, big sushi eaters. Look, y'all better watch what y'all eat and mess with that sushi. That sushi, you know about that sushi. That bad fish. Look, trying to tell y'all stay away from that bad fish. This is a PSA for you bad fish eaters.
Talking sports. Stay away from that fish. Especially the smelly fish.
You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that
fish.
That's gonna bring it to the end.
I ain't care about the 5G coming. We got the 5G. They said that 5G is coming. If you don't know about that 5G, this thing supposed to be bigger, smarter, faster.
We'll see. How long
more
will it take?
Expensive.
That's what they're saying. How long it's gonna take?
We'll see. But they said 5G is coming. But yeah,
the Fab said y'all still 4G.
5G.
Y'all still 3G.
I like 4G.
LTE.
LTE's cool with me. 4G LTE's cool with me.
But yeah, that's gonna bring it to an
end. That was
a
lot. We talked about a whole lot.
Yeah, we talked about a whole bunch of lot. But guess what, guys? We're coming back with another episode.
Man, we gotta give a shout out to the BCG, man. You know what I'm saying? This is about to get real, man. Shout out to that Black Compass group. You know, it's going down. You don't know about Black Compass? Trust me, you gonna know real soon. It's about to get real. Real talk. Black Compass is about to go down. I'm just trying to let y'all know that we still working. Y'all think we not working?
It's coming, folks.
Y'all sleeping on the boys, because we coming, we not going nowhere. And I'm telling y'all,
subscribe.
What he said.
Follow.
Listen.
We'll be back,
Part
folks.
1, Memorial Day.
2015.
15. These days. We out.
Boom. Welcome back, folks. Part 2.
Real talk and sports.
Special edition.
The Memorial Day weekend. Podcast, video blog, all of that. YouTube, podcast source, Twitter.
Get familiar, subscribe, follow, and listen. Again, this is a special edition Memorial Weekend,
we are
2015.
Where, man?
Yeah, we saw our news. You saw our news show earlier. We're going to get into the pride and joy in sports.
You know what it is.
Sports, as my daughter would say.
Sports.
Shout out to my daughter, Al. I know she's going to watch this a little later.
You know what I'm saying? Leo, she tried to get on the show.
She did try to get on the show tonight.
She needed to go to bed.
She had to go to bed. But let's get into it. Shout out to Odell. I can do everything, Beckham.
ODB, man.
Got the Madden cover.
When's that Madden cover?
About to end the curse.
Is that a good or bad thing?
You heard he said.
The curse was already ended.
Nah, you heard he said.
Sherman didn't get hurt.
You right. Mr. Sherman didn't get hurt. The curse is ended. So when my Giants, when they fifth Super Bowl this year.
Nah, I don't know about all that, but ODB, he gonna do his thing like he did his thing. You know, shout out to them planes.
Because he works hard in practice.
Championships.
Practice. He's talking about the game. Practice.
And you talking about practice.
That AI documentary, well done by Showtime.
That was awesome.
Well done.
That was awesome. That was actually an independent film.
Wow.
The Showtime, got their hands on the documentary, but it was an independent film. It actually had come out. I know it was at Tribeca some months back. Okay. I think it was like late last year. It hit Tribeca.
It was very well done. Very well done.
I mean, if you don't know the story of AI, man, AI
he almost was a victim of the judicial system.
AI had a rough childhood, man, and upbringing, and they tried to screw him over, and he ended up coming out on top. And it's a hell of a story, man. So
one of the greatest players under 6 foot ever in the NBA.
I mean, he's one of the greatest players of all time. One of the greatest basketball players of all time.
I didn't like the way he went out, though.
But a lot of them don't end on good notes. Stuff. Did Mike end on a good note?
Nah, King played for the Toronto Raptors. Remember that?
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, see, people don't remember that.
See? I don't even remember
There's a picture of Akeem in a Raptors uniform and Ewing in a Magic uniform.
I do remember that.
That was crazy.
So a lot of the greats don't get to end, properly. I guess you can say, but
like Shaq,
it happens.
What about Shaq's fall?
Shaq takes the meanest spill of all time on television.
Man.
And then the crazy part was when it happened, TNT made sure they tweeted to let everybody know that was not planned. My man went to go run to try to chase Kenny like he always do and had the epic fail. So that was it didn't work out in his favor. That's
speaking of good news, Ernie Johnson
EJ, man.
Gave his
that was awesome.
Gave his Emmy Award. He went ahead and gave his Emmy Award to the late great Stuart Scott. Daughters. So
that was awesome, man.
Yeah, shout out to Stuart Scott.
Stu
Rest in peace.
had an awesome week though, man. Because don't forget about ESPN headquarters.
Had
the memorial wall put up for him too, man. So it was a big week for my man Stu and his family, man. That was good stuff. Good stuff.
Speaking of the evil empire, the New England Patriots finally goes down, folks.
Yeah. So I guess before we get into the major New England Patriots news, let's talk about
the Flake
Hernandez. We gotta start. We're gonna talk about.
We gotta talk about the Lifetimer.
We gotta start with the Lifetimer now. That's his new nickname.
He's from my home state, Connecticut.
Yeah. But the Lifetimer, as so gracefully was tattooed on his neck.
How do you get that done in prison?
Man, they do prison tax.
Lifetime, no parole.
The Lifetimer, he got the tattoo, and he on lookout now for the fights, and I don't know. Like it sounds like he's fitting in.
Well, he's a criminal. He messed up his life.
He might as well try to fit in. He
ain't going nowhere.
Got that Martin and Eddie.
Got that Deflate Gate. Mr. Brady.
Deflate Gate.
4
man,
games.
Hey, Tom is smooth, man.
The Wells Report.
Did you see how Tom deflected the questions, man? Tom said, "Look, I haven't digested this thing yet. When I digest it, I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna let the people know." And he still ain't letting nobody know yet.
Well, he's about to get 2 games. Roger Goodell's coming in.
You think so?
Yeah, of course. Come on now.
Him and Crab, they are.
They're gonna get 2 games.
Bosom
Even he may not get any games.
Nah, he gonna get something.
We'll see.
He gonna get something.
We'll see.
He has to get something.
We'll see. Well, they got a fine. What did they get? A fine?
They got a million.
They lost a first-round pick.
$1 million fine.
In 2016.
And then they try to make it look good. So they lost first-round pick in 16.
And a fourth-round.
A fourth-round pick in 17. A fourth-round pick? Really? How significant is that?
And Brady's eligible to come back in week 6 against the Colts.
Interesting that Tom will be back against the Colts. That's probably going to be a primetime game. They probably going to flex that. You think?
Yeah.
Tom versus Andy? Yeah, that's going to be flexed for sure.
Yeah, let's go to a sport where the inflation of the balls have never had anything to do with the news. Basketball.
Ball inflation. Man, this NBA
playoffs have been great.
All
the truth.
The chain.
Paris.
I guess we gotta start with them West kids, man. Look,
valiant effort.
I know. They sent us home or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know
you exposed the Hawks.
The Hawks sent us home, but man, we had a lot of issues, man. I guess we could start with Johnny, man. Johnny and that wrist. You know what I'm saying? He lost the flickety wrist, man. And we was out for that game and we lost. And it was tough. It was tough to try to bounce back from that, man. But if we're gonna talk about anybody, man, we gotta talk about Mr. Headband himself, the truth, Paul Pierce. Shout out, man, to the OG. We gotta salute you, brother.
Yeah, clutch.
For what you did in this playoffs, man, against Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? 2 game winners. Well, I guess 1 game winner and one game tire that they said wasn't. Yeah. But it was so close.
They should have just game.
They should have just let them go to overtime and play it out. But, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, the truth tried to set them free a second time. It would have happened if it wasn't for Nene, falling on the rebound.
How did Horford come out there just Give me the ball.
Nathan and Gortat, man.
Come on now.
Both of y'all, man, did not show up. Man, you gave Gortat all that money, man,
for what?
To play like that. And he had somebody, he had domestic issues, and he was sick. Like, all these excuses,
Clippers.
Man. Play ball.
The Clippers in that 3-1 series. Up 3-1.
Is Paul retired, man?
Yeah, he's done. He's going to retire.
Paul will be back 1 year.
I think he'll be
for
done.
one more year. You heard it first. Paul Pierce will be back.
The Clippers.
One more run with
the Clippers. They're up 3-1.
Well,
after beating San Antonio.
Yeah, let's talk about
after beating San Antonio in Game 7.
The same night as Manny and Floyd, Chris Paul hits this crazy shot and
one good hamstring
and eliminates the Spurs.
I was shocked,
and
I think a lot of people. I was in Vegas, and they played the game, wild. and it was a big raw through the MGM. Like there was so many Clippers fans there.
I mean, you were close to LA.
Yeah, LA was cool, man.
Well,
Vegas was cool too.
3-1.
3-1 against Houston.
How many times has it happened in the NBA?
I don't know, but Doc Rivers was the first NBA coach to coach two teams.
Only happened 3 other times.
Two teams.
No, it was more than 3.
2 teams.
It haven't been that many times. You probably can count it how many times it's
Blame it on Austin Rivers.
Austin was balling.
He was balling.
Austin was balling.
The comments at Matt Barnes, James Harden's mom.
I mean, well, so much for that.
So much for that.
Send them home. And then they said Chris Paul was beefing with DeAndre.
So we'll see about that.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I know one thing, man. The Clips, valiant effort, but major fail. So that's tough. That's tough on them. LeBron.
King James.
The King James. Man. And those Cleveland Cavaliers, man.
They're looking well. They got the Knicks tape with JR and Shump.
A well-oiled machine right now.
No Kevin Love.
JR Smith.
Kyrie not 100%.
JR Swish, I'm sorry. I need to make sure I call him correctly after dropping 28 the other night, man. He was definitely JR Swish.
He went to Magic City the night before.
He was definitely JR Swish that night. That's for sure. Shump hitting 3-pointers. I don't know what's going on. Knicks fans, what's going on?
I don't know.
Knicks fans,
we still good.
What's going on?
We just sitting there.
Y'all not that good.
Sitting there.
Y'all not that good. But
like I said, there's only going to be one champion at the end of the season. So if your team doesn't win a championship, don't come out as Knicks fans. Because I mean, we try to work with this triangle.
Oh, man. We'll see how that work out.
We'll definitely see how this work out.
What about the injuries, though, man? There's a lot of injuries in this in this Cleveland-Atlanta series.
Kyle Korver's out.
Kyle Korver, he's done for the series.
May need surgery.
Mike Curl, he injured himself. Luckily, he came back. It looked a lot worse than it was. Because I thought
Dwight Howard? Oh, yeah, Dwight is just soft. I'm sorry.
I mean, Dwight is Dwight. Shout out to Bomani, man. Mr. Bomani Jones, man. Look, Bomani, I know we had our little issue on Twitter the other night, but you my man though. I watch your show and everything, but you said Dwight Howard was a Hall of Famer.
Which he
Dwight
is.
Howard is not a Hall of Famer. No, he's not.
He's a 3. I mean, numbers
he's
wise,
not a Hall of Famer.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year. 9-time.
He's a center.
I know it's a number.
He's a.
I don't think Dwight.
Big man. Super.
Just like a lot of people don't like Melo.
I'm gonna call you Clark Kent because Shaq is Superman. So Clark
people
Kent
don't like Melo. Melo's a Hall of Famer.
Clark Kent, you are a great rebounder. You are a great defender. You look good when you flying through the air, man. Look, I mean, I never seen a man over 7 feet fly the way you fly.
But he doesn't have heart.
But
like Kobe said.
In the paint, dude, you do not have one, and I repeat, you do not have one go-to move. You don't have a spin move. You don't have a hook shot. You don't have a up and under. You don't have a
he's a Hall of
dream
Famer.
shake. You don't have
But he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Nothing.
Nothing. I looked at his stats.
Nothing.
I know personally, I don't think
So is he going to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame or that's what you're saying?
No, he's going to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
He didn't have a college career.
No, he's going to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Just because he was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year?
3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 10-time All-Star. I mean, I don't make the rules. I mean, they're going to look at the numbers. When you look at the numbers, he's going to get in. Just like I don't like Melo. Melo's a great scorer.
Melo will go down
27,
as one of the greatest scorers of all time.
5 and 3. He will. But I don't like Melo.
But he also has a college career.
But personally,
and the championship
at
Syracuse.
Yeah, but Dwight has won more on the pro level than Melo.
Not really. Because they both have 0 rings.
I know, but he has more hardware. He has
What
he has 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. That's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
I mean, that's the only argument I can say. Everything else, Dwight's not a Hall of Famer.
But he's a 7-1 center.
He's not a Hall of Famer. Speaking of who's a Hall of Famer already, Steph Curry. The MVP. We just watched him score 40.
Mama, there goes
in
that
game
man
3.
Again.
And he has one of the most adorable daughters in the whole world.
Shout out to little Riley, man. Riley's old.
Riley, even though they gave him some grief, saying he was a bad father. Me being a father, sometimes you gotta let your children be kids.
Riley ducked off, man, and then came up. She was playing peekaboo under the table.
He had a great time.
Look, man, don't be talking about the people kids, man. Look, they got to take care of their children and do their interviews. And y'all seem act like y'all don't mind them having their kids at the interview, so shut up about it.
Shout out to the comeback playoff player of the year, Derrick Rose, and who I think has been the MVP of this playoff, Tristan Thompson from Cleveland. He's going to be a very, very rich man.
Thompson's the MVP of the playoffs?
Yeah.
No. I think the MVP of the playoffs is the MVP.
I mean, it's Steph. They give it to Steph. I shouldn't say MVP. I should say
the King
most surprising.
The King is making
the most surprising.
The King
player.
is making a statement, though.
Yeah, it's going to be Cleveland.
The King has pretty much dominated the Atlanta Hawks by himself.
But we just expect that from him.
I mean, yeah, he turns it up a notch.
We just expect that from Brown.
He turns it up a notch come playoff time.
We just expect that from Brown.
That's just real life.
LeBron.
That's just real life. That's what he do.
Also, we got so who you got? We have the Warriors.
Oh, Kyrie, man.
Kyrie 60%.
Got the tendonitis.
Yeah.
Kyrie got tendonitis. I think they should just keep him out. They don't need him, obviously. They didn't need him the other night. They seem to be pretty okay.
We'll see. I don't think they need him
because they're gonna need him for the finals. Especially if he got to go against Steph Curry with the shot.
Somebody gonna have to beat him.
Do you think they're gonna put Braun on Steph Curry? Would you put Braun on Steph Curry?
That's a good question. I gotta think about it. I would. Because you put your best defender on their best player.
I mean, do you have a choice?
You don't.
you gotta put the MVP on the MVP, right?
You really don't.
I mean, the best player in the world has to guard the MVP.
Yeah. Speaking of the NFL draft,
if that happens.
The NFL draft came. Jameis was the first pick. Mariota went to Tennessee. Kendall Wright and Justin Hunter won.
Mariota had a long night on draft night. First, he gets the call from the Titans. The Titans are on the line, and all of a sudden the line just ended. And this is before he could get a congratulations or anything. They pretty much told him they was going to draft him, and that was the end of the call. I don't know if he got a call back. I'm assuming. I hope he did. But then they go to the draft party, and they show Justin Hunter and Kendall Wright at the draft party. And when they say the Titans select Marcus Mariota, man, when you see the disappointment in these young boys' faces, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out for Marcus Mariota.
I'll wait till they play the game. I still the Cowboys.
I'm not sold.
The Cowboys did the best, I think. They got Randy Gregory.
They had a hell of a
draft.
draft.
Brian Jones, and they got Laurel Collins.
They had a hell of a draft.
It's really good. I think also
he got dicked around.
The Colts did well.
Collins got dicked around though. He was supposed to go in the first round.
The Colts did well. They got drafted Philip Dorsett.
They did get Philip Dorsett,
which is a great option.
On the other side of T.Y.
We had Dante Fowler
and Andre. That's crazy.
We had Dante Fowler tear ACL.
Dante Fowler tore his ACL.
And
first day of.
But he still got paid.
I mean, he got to get his dough cheese.
Still got paid. He definitely got paid.
Got to get his dough cheese, you know.
And we got to talk about one of the worst days probably.
With my man Jeff
Herman, I mentioned him.
Yeah, Jeff Herman.
He was supposed to take over
Julius. He was probably going to be the starter for Peyton Manning.
He would have.
So, that's going to be tough. But, I mean, I'm sure Peyton will figure it out like he always do.
We also had Justin Smith retire.
Now, they had a couple retirees, man. Justin Smith,
Ed Reed, Troy
Malo.
You know, it always makes you think about if Sean Taylor was alive, we would have seen three of probably the best three safeties in NFL history play all at the same time. Rest in peace, Sean Taylor.
And the only time that's really ever happened where it was like would have been safeties that dominant.
Ronnie Lott,
the 80s.
Yeah, Steve Atwater.
That was probably the last time when something like that was was going on. So that's interesting you bring that up. Bernie Williams also finally decided to retire. When was the last time Bernie actually played in a game?
Bernie be playing that guitar like nobody business.
I thought Bernie retired in like 2010 or something like that. He haven't played in like 3 or 4 years, so he finally decided to turn in his paperwork and say he was going to retire. So that was interesting.
Very interesting.
That was interesting. Then we had a couple things, other things going on. Everett Golson.
Golson's going to FSU.
It's a
great move.
Let's go. Let's go. Don't be surprised if we don't see some Seminoles in the championship game.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Golson's looking
Don't
well,
be surprised if we don't see them Seminoles in the championship game. I'm just saying.
That's a good move for FSU.
That was smart for him.
Did you hear what Bobby Bowden came out and said about Jameis? Came out and said a lot of the boosters and other fans are happy that Jameis is gone. He said he was a disgrace.
Call that man a disgrace.
Wow.
He called Jameis a disgrace, man.
Wow.
I mean, that's tough, but I mean, nobody's going to question Bobby Bowden. I mean, he's Bobby Bowden, so nobody's going to question what Bobby Bowden said. They're going to act like it didn't happen and kind of keep it pushing. I guess that's really all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, and we got a lot of things going on in the NHL.
The NHL, man. I don't even know if I want to talk about the NHL
Caps
right now.
The Clippers.
What was the Capitals?
3-1. That was a bad night for you.
Capitals.
That was a bad night for you.
Washington had a crazy week. So Washington had a good day and a very bad day. So let's start with the good day. So on the good day, Bryce hits a walk-off. Paul Pierce hits the game winner. So both of the 34s showed up to the party.
And did their thing.
Pop bottles. And left their mark on history. So, the bad day. We get eliminated. In both hockey and basketball.
How does that happen?
On the bad day.
On the same day.
On the good day, two game winners. On the bad day, we get eliminated twice.
How does that happen on the same day?
That's DC Sports. Pretty much. That's something that's DC Sports and about what happened in about 2 weeks.
I mean, like I said, Bryce is having an MVP type season.
I guess as we talk about DC Sports, we might as well talk about the Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce
who went deep again last
night. What, he got 16? You was at the
16
game.
home runs, and I got to watch it. You know what I'm saying? My man Bryce. Hey, he's looking like the MVP right now.
Yeah, Bryce is killing, man.
Nelson Cruz got 17 home runs.
Bryce is killing, man.
But Bryce, right now, number 2 in home runs. Bryce is looking like a monster.
Hey, we got to give a shout out to A-Rod.
Big ups to A-Rod.
No matter what you said, performance-enhancing drugs.
The numbers are there.
I mean,
the numbers are there.
661 home runs.
He passed Willie Mays, you know what I'm saying? 664. And he got 10 home runs this year so far, though.
Not that bad.
I mean, that's not bad. Seeing how the leader had 17, and he's at 10, and he's a designated hitter only.
Yeah,
so he don't even play every night. So, I mean, that's really not bad at all. Shout out to Miggy, man. Miggy went over 400.
Okay.
What about Miggy? Miggy went over 400 home runs in the past week or two.
Miguel Cabrera?
Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, he has like the same identical stats as Hank Aaron.
Yeah, man. Him and Hank have very similar stats through this point of their career. I guess it's not really a surprise. I mean, he is a beast.
He won the Triple Crown.
He's a beast.
I mean,
the dude's a cold beast, man.
Speaking of David Wright, he's out again with his back.
He's out again. That's That's tough. How much longer he got? What about the Mets? The
Mets did start off well.
They started off all right, but the
Mets are going to Mets.
They're going to drop about 14 or 15
the
games
Mets are going to Mets
here. So y'all might want to get it together, New York Mets. I'm just going to say that.
The Mets going to Mets. I mean, also speaking of baseball, they had the first closed game to the fans in Baltimore.
Yeah, they did during the riots, man.
So
they had to close the first closed game ever in baseball. So that was crazy. Having a baseball game and no fans. I'm sure it was pretty quiet.
It was quiet.
The Mamba.
The Black Mamba. Yeah, last season.
The Mamba is calling it quits.
Damn, Kobe.
He tells Mitch Kupchak, this is my last year as a Laker.
And you know what the Lakers went out and did? They went out and got the second pick in that lottery.
So the Lakers did go get the second pick?
Well, my Knicks got the fourth pick.
The Timberwolves gets another number one pick. How did he get another number one pick?
They're gonna be the first roster to have three number one picks. With
probably in the starting lineup.
Anthony Bennett.
Well, Anthony Bennett's gone. So.
No, he's still there. He's still with the
that's right. Yeah, he is with
Anthony Bennett.
I forgot. The Cleveland drafted him, right?
Yeah, Anthony Bennett.
So Bennett, Wiggins, and probably, do they take Towns or Okafor?
Tough. I like Towns.
I don't know. I mean, if I was the GM in Minnesota, I'd probably take Okafor because they don't need a big man that has to get better. They need a big man that can come in and play immediately.
You don't think? I think
because
Towns,
Wiggins and them, they hooping, so they need somebody that can come in and play right now and be effective on the offensive end. I think Towns still has some work to do on the offensive end. He's a great talent. Don't get me wrong, but he has some work to do on the offensive end. He's not all there offensively. But Okafor got moves.
There. Yeah, he might maybe have Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he got moves. So if I were Minnesota, I would take.
He'll fit in better. He'll fit in. I mean, you've got pieces. You got
Rubio.
They do have Rubio and Wiggins. And the Zach LaVine. So they got pieces.
They got a lot of nice young
KG,
pieces.
They gonna keep KG there.
Don't
be surprised if KG becomes a coach.
That's the enforcer, man.
So,
KG is the big bad enforcer. You know what I'm saying? You already know how KG go.
Yeah.
KG because he just actually recently had a birthday.
Okay.
Shout out to the ticket, man. I think the ticket had a birthday like a week or two ago, man. You already know that's my man 50 Wayne.
Also need to give a shout out to Ronaldo. 61 goals.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
Yeah, soccer,
football,
whatever you want to call it. That's the world's most popular sport. Again, we got Barcelona and Juventus.
Smooth.
Who?
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo's a man.
Messi too. Messi got dudes falling on TV.
Yeah,
Messi made my man fall with the meanest crossover.
Barcelona won the La Liga.
They did.
Shout out to Chelsea. Chelsea went ahead and won the Premiership.
What about your boy Steven Gerrard?
Steven Gerrard, he's leaving Liverpool. One of the great midfielders.
He's
about to come to LA.
About to get that dough
Galaxy.
That's about to happen.
That'd be a nice little move.
He's about to get that dough cheese.
Speaking of getting that dough cheese, that Manny Floyd fight.
Guess we're gonna go to Vegas and talk about Manny and Floyd. So before we get started with Manny and Floyd, how was your trip?
Vegas was an experience.
How was your trip? That was your first time in Vegas.
My first time in Vegas.
Fight weekend.
It was insane.
I'm sure it was hectic. My cousin was out there too.
I met Sugar Ray.
She said it was insane.
I met Sugar
Ray. You did get to meet the Sugar Man.
I saw 2 Chainz.
Who also had a birthday recently.
Larry Fitzgerald stayed on the same. Larry Fitzgerald was in the same elevator. There was so many celebrities there. Like you just, that's who. Oh, that's that person. It was crazy though. It was crazy. Shout out to the women. They had no clothes on. Yeah, Shout out. Y'all was doing it. And they was thirsty. For them dollars.
Major Gatorade in Vegas on fight weekend. So let's talk about the fight that you just called mediocre, right? Floyd, work, Mayweather.
It was easy work.
He's no longer the money man. He is now Floyd, easy work, Mayweather, because he is making all these dudes look like easy work. I try to tell everybody that Manny Pacquiao is simply not good enough. Okay,
you was telling me.
He said he was injured. You know, he said he won the fight. Manny Pacquiao, you did not win the fight. So I don't know why you told Max you won the fight, and then Max went on you. Actually, Max was like, well, neither I nor anyone at ringside thought you won the fight. So so much for that, Manny Pacquiao. Manny got sued too.
Oh yeah, by people.
Because he didn't reveal his injury. If you know you're injured and you could take a shot or something to help with your injury,
no, they said they wouldn't let him.
Because he didn't reveal the injury.
Oh, okay.
All you had to do was reveal the injury since you were hurt, right? So you know what Floyd said? Floyd said, look, I ain't got time for the excuses. You're a sore loser. You get no rematch. I don't want to see a rematch.
I don't either.
I don't want to see a rematch. For what?
I'd rather see Canelo fight Mayweather.
I don't want to see Canelo either. He's not good. They're not good
enough.
No
one's good enough for Mayweather.
Canelo needs to fight Triple G, who also won by stunning knockout last week. And speaking of knockouts, James Kirkland. Man, James Kirkland. Look, you need to go back with your female trainer, my dude, because
he fired his trainer, right?
Man, I don't know what he be doing. I don't know what kind of situation they got going on, but I know one thing. Every time you leave your trainer's side and go with some alias other trainer,
knocked out.
You get knocked out, and
it was no
exception.
It's a money situation.
A couple weeks ago against the redhead bomber, because man,
Dexter
Canelo dropped you like a bad habit, Holmes, and that was tough. That was, I mean, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was tough to look at because it was. I mean, it was actually pretty awesome to look at. But that's tough for you that you had to experience it because your head bounced off the ring. It was just a bad look.
It wasn't a good look. If you had your family watching or in attendance, they were very disappointed.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
You know, we also disappointed in Brittany Griner and Gloria Johnson.
You got to be disappointed.
The domestic violence in the WNBA
that nobody's talking about.
Yeah, no one talks about that.
That nobody's talking about.
I mean, Ray Rice got off his charges in New Jersey, but you have these two.
Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch.
Talk about in a second.
We will get into Kurt Busch.
But let's get back to Brittany Griner and Gloria
Johnson. 7 games.
These two married young ladies. Yeah, they're married young ladies. Got into a domestic situation, and you know,
both were arrested.
Nobody's talking about, and both got arrested, and both got 7 games because the WNBA say they wasn't having it. But nobody's talking about that. Maybe because it's 2 women,
of course,
and it's not a man beating on a woman.
Of course,
I mean, a woman beating on another woman, is that not worth talking about?
I don't know.
You know?
I mean, the WNBA has been fighting for popularity. This is a black eye, no pun intended. For the game.
That's a lot.
And I mean, 7 games is a lot because they only play about, I think, 30 or 40 games. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I want to take my daughter out to a game because she's been playing basketball lately. So I'm gonna take her out to a game this summer. See the Mystics.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of, and a lot of things is changing. Let's go into the NFL.
Talk about these NFL rule changes. That
2-point conversion.
That's smart though. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I think the defense deserves to get the 2 points. If you fail a 2-point conversion, they block your extra point and they return it for a touchdown, I think they deserve 2 points. So that's not a bad rule change.
The extra point on the 33.
This 32, 33-yard field goal situation for extra points.
Messing up a lot of the bookies.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with that situation because it's a lot of kickers that can't make a 32, 33, 35
difficult
field
for them.
goal. Might get a little rough. You might start seeing some off-brand scores.
Yeah, like 32 to 26.
It should be interesting.
Very interesting.
To say the least. It should be interesting.
Very interesting.
Since you're talking about the NFL, let's talk about my mighty 49ers.
What they do?
With the uni change, the 49ers going all black for the 2015 season. I'm looking forward to that. Look, a lot of y'all are counting my Niners out. I'm telling y'all, Quest for 6 is real.
I mean, you have lost.
Shout out to my man, Jim Tom Sula, man. Shout out to
Borland.
the Bow that's back. Look, Navarro is back.
Willis.
Man, we lost a lot of pieces.
Smith.
But we added some pieces, some young pieces.
Gore.
I'm telling y'all.
The head coach.
Do not sleep on the Bay Area boys. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on the Niners.
Can't wait.
Because them Niners are still going to be a threat.
Speaking of sleep, and you think we're going to get a Triple Crown winner this year?
I don't know.
American
Pharaoh is going to put his
the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness.
He got the Preakness.
We'll see what's going to happen at Belmont.
You know, and we're going to see what happens, man. You know, it's been, what, 7 horses? 8 horses?
It's been a lot. That's Secretary.
That's attempted this feat. You know, got the first 2 and got to the 3rd one. And
it's tough, man.
Failed miserably. American Pharaoh seems to be prime choice to get it done. So we'll see if he gets it done. We'll see if he gets it done. So I guess we can, you know, slide back to the NHL a little bit, man.
Rangers and
talk about
2-2.
These series. You know, it's conference finals right now.
Lord Stanley.
And in a lot of places, you know what I'm saying? The NBA and the NHL got conference finals going on right now. So we got a 2-2 series, you know, with the Rangers right now, and the Blackhawks currently in overtime are down 2-1 in their series. So you know they need the W, or they're gonna be looking at the 3-1, and that's not, you know, usually it doesn't work in your favor, but I don't know, it's been working in some teams' favors
like the Rangers
this year. So you know the Rangers and the Rockets, you know, seem to think 3-1 is not that bad. So we'll see.
We also have, what's wrong with your boy
Kurt, I guess we can talk about Kurt Busch now, then, right?
I mean, Kurt Busch. Talk about that man.
Let's talk about Kurt Busch now. I mean, Kurt Busch. So, Kurt Busch. Well, let's talk about Charlotte. You know, Coco 600 this weekend. He had the fastest car in Charlotte, so that's good.
Positive news.
But E60, ESPN has, you know, done a report. You know, they do their reports.
Their research.
When they investigate, right? So, Patricia Driscoll, this lady has
ex-girlfriend,
a long list of things.
Accused him of domestic violence.
That was the young lady that accused him of domestic violence.
Embezzling money from a charity.
A couple months back. But it's her charity. Supposedly for disabled veterans. But, of course, you know, used for personal expenses, trips, you know.
Like all the congressmen do.
Louis bags, you know, Jimmy Choos. So that's what she's doing with the money.
And try to get a hitman?
No, she claimed to be a hitman. Like Kurt Busch got on the stand and said, "I'm literally scared of this woman. This woman's crazy." That's what he told the people. He said he was scared. He said this chick is crazy. She got pictures of people getting shot in the head, people getting slashed.
She's crazy.
Like, he don't know what to think. Like, she supposedly should work for the CIA. Just as you told people, the FBI has turned her into the IRS because they trying to figure out what's going on with that money.
Oh yeah.
So she got a lot going on in her little circle right now.
She on that yayo like Bones Jones. What's wrong with your man?
John Bones Jones. Hit and run homes. Had the cocaine in your urine. Had the cane in your urine, my dude. Got the indefinite suspension. And you know what he doing tonight? He's sitting at home watching his championship, which was vacated, with either my man Cormier or Anthony Johnson.
It's happening in Vegas.
You know, it's going down in Vegas tonight at the MGM. So he's watching probably whoever the next champion is going to be that didn't beat him for the belt. He had to give it up.
I want to go check the UFC fight out.
Man, UFC's awesome, but that UFC 187 is tonight. Like I said, his Super John Jones Super Middleweight Championship was on the line. Chris Wiedemann also was on the card. You know, a lot of y'all UFC compadres know Chris Wiedemann. You know, he a bad boy. So the card looked like it was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be tough to be sitting at home watching your title being fought for and you don't have a say so. Man, that's a lot. We just covered a whole lot.
We covered a whole lot.
I know we've been missing that action.
And we brought it to you Just for you, folks.
We've been missing the action. The French Open is coming up, too. Shout out to Serena.
That's the only thing you root for. Now, Tiger Woods is hurt again. I mean,
Tiger. Him and Lindsey Vonn, they broke up on the internet.
They too old for that. Come on, Tiger.
Breaking up on the internet, though?
Come on,
Tiger. What about
Tiger.
your boy Holyfield? Him and Mitt Romney, though.
Oh, yeah, Holyfield took a dive.
Holyfield and Mitt Romney. These two jokers.
I thought Holyfield was right next to you, the way you look over there.
I didn't know what that was. I thought I saw something.
Folks, that's gonna finish
that's
part 2.
That's part 2, man. Real talk,
Memorial Day
man.
weekend.
You know it is Memorial Weekend.
Again,
Real talking sports, man.
It's a lot coming towards y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
It's a lot we got coming, man. It's gonna be a hell of a summer. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Does Toronto? You know we gonna do Toronto. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all that BCG, man. I'm trying to tell y'all that Black Conference group, man. It's about to get real. You know what I'm saying? Black Conference, real talk. It's going down. Get familiar. Subscribe. Follow. Listen. We're not gonna tell y'all no more. You know what it is. Real talking sports.
And be safe out here. Be safe out here in the streets.
It's a long weekend.
Summertime.
Don't get no trouble.
No drunk driving.
We're gonna see y'all soon. You know, don't think this not a good bye. You know what I'm saying? This is a see you later. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to check us out. All our Apple people, man. We on that Twitter. Real talking sports. You know what I'm saying? At RTN Sports. You know what it is. The podcast box, man. We are now on that Apple.
Podcast source.
I'm sorry, the podcast source. They didn't change the name. They changed the name and didn't tell us. I had to look it up and figure it out that they changed the name. But podcast source in the App Store.
Sports and recreational.
You
We
can
there.
search for it. You know what I'm saying?
We there. We ain't going nowhere.
You gonna see
we
it.
Just keep
this show will be
getting
on
going better.
You know what I'm saying?
And better.
We're gonna get bigger and better.
And better.
You already know what it is.
Shout out to all the haters. I know you're watching the show.
Hi haters.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we need y'all too. You know
again, get familiar, subscribe, follow, and listen.
I'm not gonna tell y'all again. Real talk.
We out.
Memorial Day. Be easy.